much, man. I don't know, like having a group ride is something that is a big undertaking, and what better person to give his feedback about this than Mike Rios, which is he has been the person in front here in New York when it comes to group ride. Mike, what do you think about what happened there? I mean, all these accidents, people not wearing gear. What takeaway you have about this group ride?
Well, it was very obvious from the beginning that these group rides were going to involve a lot of people. And the actual number of people that showed up for this Tampa ride was very impressive. Looking around, it seemed like it was all Sur Rons as expected. And from my experience with group rides, I can say that when you have more than 20, 25 people, having that many people together requires a lot of organization. I don't know who was the person that was in charge of this ride. I don't know if there was one particular group.
I think it's, and don't quote me on this, but yeah. I think it's Florida Sur Rons. What do you think about the safety? Because we heard that there was some incident. There was one major incident that a rider had to be taken to the hospital, and the thing is that he was not wearing any protection.
They weren't wearing any helmets, any of them.
What do you think about? Actually, that question will be for you. What do you think about safety when it comes to these mega rides?
I think it's stupid not wearing a helmet. You hear it in my weather report every morning. Wear your helmet. Keep it between the ditches. Leave no one behind. Wear your helmet. You're riding these bikes that are 30, 40 miles an hour, 50 miles an hour, and in a split second, a car running into you, another biker not paying attention, you hit that pavement at 40, 50 miles an hour, you're going to crack your melon. So safety first. You should wear a full-face helmet when you ride one of these strong bikes, because if you don't, look what happens to that gentleman. Amble had to be called, and he had a head laceration, and it was serious, and that's what happens when you don't take safety seriously.
If you're wondering who this person is, this is Ricardo Ramos. The thing is that he's wearing glasses.
Incognito.
He's famous now, so.
Yeah, the light, all these flashes, you know.
So how about you, like, what do you think about the safety and what we've seen so far that took place there?
Well, I personally know a couple of people who are anti-helmet. I know a couple of people who were anti-helmet and have, joined the side of safety.
Crash just love me.
You say something?
It's crazy how you see that like so often. Yeah. Like it's something that in some states like people don't even wear helmet at all.
Yeah.
I mean for regular bikes maybe,
yeah.
But for these type of bikes I don't think that's a good idea for anybody to do that.
I was watching a video the other day where it was a news report from the 80s down in the South. I think it was Texas. And it was when they were just instating the law that said that you weren't allowed to have an open container in your car and that you had to have a seat belt and that kids needed to be in a car seat. And they were interviewing people who were being told this for the first time. And obviously they were pushing back on it. They were saying, oh, it's my freedom to choose what I want to do. And believe me, I'm all for freedom. This is America. But when it comes to your safety, especially on the e-bike, it's not about you. It's not about your skill. Because there are so many different factors that come into riding where you'll end up crashing and it wouldn't be of any fault of your own. A perfect example.
I thought you were going to get political, but...
No. That's for later.
I was like, yeah, by right. That is show, please.
Yeah. But the people that I do know where... their opinion is it's my choice and I don't want to ride because I know I'll be safe. Well, the perfect example, if we can see do we have the video of the first crash? Taiho has it. I know that we can get it.
I don't know. The guys from production, guys, can you look for that video and see if we have it? We'll put it on if we
stop making excuses.
Who's back there?
Right,
guys, there's actually people back there if you don't believe us.
Yeah, we got Tim, we got Jim.
No
Ramon.
But when it comes to riding with your helmet, the perfect example was the first crash that happened, or at least the first crash that was reported to us here at Frantic. It was a long straightaway. And there were no road barriers, there were no speed bumps, there wasn't anything that should have knocked anybody off of their bike. But obviously there were many people doing wheelies. What ended up happening was one guy got the bright idea that he should be riding on the sidewalk. He went from the far left all the way to the either way.
He went from the right.
Yeah, he went from the right all the way over to the left and tried to hop a curb. But before he got to the curb, he was clipping into somebody and took them both down.
Yeah.
So imagine how the first guy feels, the guy who made the decision to try to do that. Probably pretty stupid, especially if he's injured. But then what ended up coming from that was another person got hurt. And that's usually how it goes. At these group rides, whenever one person gets hurt, it usually leads to multiple other people getting hurt. So don't be selfish, especially if you get injured enough and we have to take care of you now. That's pretty fucked up.
Okay, we're getting a little bit excited here.
I know, I'm passionate about that.
Okay, let's go to something more positive. If you find value in this video, make sure you subscribe and you like down there, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.
Okay. Do you want to play rough? Okay.